Okay, to do this vector question, we have to take into consideration the information given in the question. It says xp is equal to a quarter xy, qz is equal to 1/3 yz, and rx is equal to half zx. Notice there are no arrows above the letters, so it's not referring to the vector. So these are all scalar, just magnitude they have, but no direction. However, the vector xy, notice to have an arrow, xy is equal to a. So we have to look at the diagram, look at the direction from x to y, draw in the arrow to show the direction, and all of that length or magnitude is equal to a. The next important information is vector xz is equal to b. So you look on the diagram for xz, starting from x, ending at z, that going in this direction is b. That's magnitude b. Now you're asked to find yz in terms of a and b. So like I said before, 4 things you need to remember when doing vector: magnitude, direction, starting and ending point. So our starting point is y, our ending point is z, and it must go in that particular direction in order for the magnitude to be correct. Now what I normally do is I look for those 2 letters from y to z, put in my double arrows to show it's a resultant. So that is my answer I'm trying to find. Now notice that my arrow is kind of looking like it's going anti-clockwise. So once the resultant is going one direction, to find the solution you go in the opposite direction. So now I'm going to go clockwise, so to speak, this way and then this way. So clockwise will take me from y to x and then x to z. Notice y to x, I would start at y, and then x to z, I will end at z. So I need a vector that starts with y and end with z. And so it's going to be y x plus x z. Okay, now we know, based on the information, that xy is equal to a. xy is equal to a, but I'm going in the opposite direction, so it's an inverse vector. So if xy going in that direction is positive a, then yz going in the opposite direction will give us negative a. And then xz is b. So it's minus a plus b, or you could put the positive first and put b minus a. Any of the 2 will work. Easy cheesy. QZ. Was any information given to us about QZ? Yes. QZ is 1/3 YZ. We just worked out YZ. So we just need to know that QZ is 1/3 of YZ. So we're going to write that down. So QZ is 1/3 of YZ. We just work out vector YZ. Vector YZ is b minus a. We're going to use a distributive law to expand the bracket. So 1/3 times b is 1/3 b. 1/3 times minus a is negative 1/3 a, and that's the answer. Easy cheesy. Next we move into x cubed. Was any information given to us about x cubed? No. So what we do now, which is we are going to draw a broken line from X to Q. So this is what I normally do. So I draw my broken line from X to Q. All right, so it's going in, this is the resultant. So we're going to treat it like it's going anti-clockwise. So we have to go clockwise direction. So we're going to go, since it says XQ, we're going to start from X to Z and then Z to Q. All right, so let's do that. X to Z we know is B, going in that direction. So let us write it down. So it's going to be X to Z and then Z to Q. Another thing to take note of, notice when I did Y to X, then I start with X to Z. So these two letters in the middle are usually similar. Here we go with the XQ, X to Z, Z to Q. The two letters in the middle go together because they connect. So X to Z is a positive B. Confirm. X to Z is a positive B. But Z to X is negative 1/3 YZ, because YZY. So YZ would be going in the positive direction, but ZY is a negative direction, inverse. So it will be a negative 1/3. We can also look at the answer that we got before. We got 1/3 B minus 1/3 A. We can simply put the inverse of these two magnitude. So we could say negative 1/3 B plus 1/3 A. So that's what I'm going to do. Negative 1/3 B plus 1/3 A, because this says QZ, but here is saying ZQ. It's a reversal or inverse. So 1 minus, the B is really 1B, so the coefficient is 1. 1 minus 1/3 will leave us with positive 2/3 B plus 1/3 A. All right. The video is going over 8 minutes. I'm going to pause it here.